Hello, hello. This is Karuna again. The topic that I have taken today is A Thing of Beauty by John Keats. Now, ये जो पोम है ये वैसे है तो बहुत ही आसान, बट बच्चों को बिल्कुल समझ नहीं आता. The only thing that they understand is a thing of beauty is a joy forever. मतलब खूबसूरत चीज है जो वो everlasting joy है, वो हमेशा के लिए खुशी देती है. It gives you peace, happiness, contentment. Now, I'll simplify this poem for you, but before that, do like and subscribe this channel. The next topic that I would be covering again in this saga of quick revision is keeping quiet. Let's start with A Thing of Beauty. Now, ये जो poet है John Keats, he is a worshipper of beauty. For him, beauty जो है, it's not related to the physical attributes only. It's something. It's a feeling more profound. It gives him happiness, peace, and in this world of chaos, it's like a beacon of hope. So खूबसूरत चीज जो है उनके लिए, it's a source of inspiration, it's a source of happiness for him. So his imagination is more active when he is surrounded by beautiful things, and those beautiful things, get me right, let's get him straight, it is not people but most of nature and natural things around us. So based on the keywords of how he goes about in the poem, uh, the sun, the moon, the trees old and young, the clear rivers, the daffodils, the musk rose bloom, all these incorporate beauty, and which is what he has cited in his poem. Now, let's go ahead with the line by line explanation. So he says, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Simplest line in this poem. कोई भी खूबसूरत चीज जो है उनके लिए इट्स अ सोर्स ऑफ जॉय, हैप्पीनेस. इट्स लवलीनेस इंक्रीजेस, इट विल नेवर पास इनटू नथिंगनेस. सो जो खूबसूरत चीज है, द क्वालिटी, द एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इट, द लवलीनेस ऑफ इट विल गो ऑन इंक्रीजिंग. इट विल नेवर स्टॉप एग्जिस्टिंग. खूबसूरत चीज हमेशा रहेगी, हमेशा खुशी देगी. इट विल ऑलवेज बी अ सोर्स ऑफ कंटेंटमेंट, but will keep a bower quiet for us. Now, this word bower meaning what? Shady place. So, a thing of beauty will provide a shady retreat for us. Bower quiet for us, and a sleep. It will give us good sleep full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. So, what will it do? It's a source of joy, its loveliness will increase. He defines what a beautiful thing is. Beautiful thing is a source of everlasting joy. It goes on increasing. It will never stop existing. ये तीन pointers दिया है उन्होंने. Then he says, but because it will never pass into nothingness, because it will never stop to exist, what will it do instead? It will keep us a shady retreat for us to go and rest. It will provide us sleep full of sweet dreams. It will provide us health. It will give us peace and contentment. Now he says, therefore on every morrow are we wreathing a flowery band to bind us to the earth. So what does he say? That every next day jo hai, thing of beauty, it binds us to the earth. It connects us to the earth in the form of a wreath. Wreath is a flowery band. As I progress, I shall show you what a wreath is. So he says that every next day, a beautiful thing connects us to the earth in the form of a wreath. Spite of despondence, of inhuman dearth of noble natures. So he says, spite of meaning in spite of disappointments, despondence is disappointments, of inhuman dearth of noble natures. So, a lack of people having good nature, of gloomy days, of sad days, of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways. So he says, despite of these things, in spite of despondence, first, in spite of despondence, then he says, of inhuman dearth of noble natures, meaning, despite of the world lacking people with good nature, of gloomy days, of sad days, of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways. Yes, made for our searching, meaning that we find out, that we encounter in our day to day lives, made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. Pall meaning what? Pall means sadness. तो क्या होता है? There's a turbulence in life. It's not always happy. Why is there a turbulence in life? What are the gloomy days that we encounter? So he says there is disappointments, despondence meaning disappointments. There is lack of people having inherently good natures. There are sad days of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways. So people having evil ways, people having conniving, cunning ways. In spite of all, beauty जो है इन सब को overshadow कर देता है. Beauty removes that sadness. So in spite of all of these sadness, beauty removes all this sadness from our dark spirits. Now he says, such the sun. So he cites that this is point number one. So he now counts, he cites, he mentions all those things that's beautiful. First is the sun. Then he says the moon. This is point two. The second thing, there are categorically seven things that he mentions. First is the sun, second, the moon, trees old and young sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. This is third. So the sun, the moon, trees that give shade to simple sheep. That's three. Then he says, such are daffodils. Fourth thing of beauty, that daffodils are the fourth beautiful thing that he mentions. He says that sun, moon, trees old and young, that gives shade. It's the entire line, trees old and young giving a shady shade for simple sheep. That's point number three. Fourth is daffodil, with the green world they live in. A daffodil blooming in the green field, that's also beautiful. Then he says, and clear rills, clear rivers, clear streams. You can see clear river beside that for themselves a cooling covert make against the hot season. So ये जो है fifth point is the clear streams, clear rivers flowing through the forest against the hot season, meaning ये जो ठंडे पानी का झरना जो that flows through the forest in a hot season, that's also beautiful. The mid forest break rich with sprinkling fair of musk rose blooms, meaning what? The forest cover which has musk roses blooming, that's also beautiful. So, sun, moon, trees old and young giving shade to the sheep. Fourth is daffodils blooming in the green fields. Fifth is clear rivers flowing against the hot season. That's beautiful again. The mid forest break, meaning a forest cover where there are flowers, musk roses blooming. And such too, the seventh one is the grandeur of doom. So, grandeur, the majesty of people who have died a very grand death, that's also beautiful. So, the majesty of people, those majestic stories of people having encountered those grand death, that's also beautiful. Why are those beautiful? He says, because firstly, वो जो कहानियां आप सुनते हो, it's enriching when you listen to people who have died very mighty death protecting their country, or say in the name of something grand, if they have sacrificed their life. ऐसी अगर stories है, पहला वो आपको enrich करती है, आपके soul को enrich करती है, and दूसरा it inspires you to attain greatness like them. So that's also beautiful. So there are seven things that he says are beautiful. All we have imagined for the mighty dead, all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain. Now the poet, the poet recapitulates, sums up, ये पूरी जो पोम है इसको वापस sum up the poet करते हैं, and he says that that beauty is an endless fountain of immortal drink. So beauty is like an elixir, अमृत की तरह है. Beauty is like an elixir. It pours unto us from heaven's brink. So it is flowing from the heaven to earth, and it is always enriching us. I will quickly recapitulate. A thing of beauty is a joy forever. Beauty हमेशा increase करता है. 3 points the poet gives here. Beauty, it keeps on adding, keeps on multiplying. It will never stop existing. What will beauty do to us? Beauty will provide us shade. It will provide us a shady cover for us to attain good sleep, health and peace. Now, turbulence क्या है लाइफ में? प्रॉब्लम्स कहाँ आती है? There is despondence का मतलब disappointments. There is disappointments, there is despondence, there is lack of people having good nature. So people lack good nature, human dearth of noble nature. That's point number 2. Third क्या है? Gloomy days, sad days. There are sad days that might, demotivate us, हमको दुखी करते हैं, and we don't feel like it. So, of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways, so of all the sad days, of all the evil ways of people that we made for our searching, meaning जो हम डे टू डे लाइफ में encounter करते हैं, yes, in spite of all beauty, वो सारी problems दूर करता है. As per the poet, it overshadows, and that's what beauty does. Now he recounts 7 things that's beautiful: the sun, the moon, the trees that give shade to simple sheep. Fourth, daffodils. Fifth, clear streams that flow through the forest. वो ठंडे पानी का stream, झरना that flows through the forest. That's beautiful. Sixth is the forest cover, jahan pe, there are musk roses blooming. Imagine a forest cover jahan there are musk roses blooming all across. That's beautiful. And seventh thing, all the lovely tales that we have heard or read about these people who have attained majestic deaths. That's also beautiful. क्यों beautiful है? क्योंकि वो enrich करता है हमको, inspire करता है. We feel motivated like them. That's how those tales are beautiful. Then the poet sums it up saying that a thing of beauty is an endless fountain. It's a non-stop fountain that pours from the heaven to the earth. So this is what the poem is. I hope I got it clear. Now let's talk about the key words and phrases that's used and how they can be and the meanings that they have. All right, so uh, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. ये तो beauty provides eternal joy. It will never pass into nothingness, meaning जो खूबसूरत चीज है वो कभी exist करना बंद नहीं होगी. It will a bower quiet for us, meaning a thing of beauty will give us peaceful shady place for us to rest, and it will be a source of comfort, full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing, meaning beauty nourishes the soul. It provides peace, inspiration, rejuvenation. We read the flowery band to bind us to the earth, meaning beautiful things जो है वो हमको, it binds us to the earth in the form of a wreath. Spite of despondence, of the inhuman dearth of noble nature, despite sadness, despite all of the sad days, beauty जो है, it provides us happiness, joy. Now, some shape of beauty moves away the pall from our dark spirits. Matlab, beauty has the power to remove all the darkness. An endless fountain of immortal drink. Its beauty is compared to an elixir, a divine drink. It enriches our soul, pouring onto us from heaven's brink. Meaning, it is provided by the heavens. It comes from the heavens. God looks, caters to it, that beauty comes, and it is non-stop provided from the heaven to the earth in the form of a fountain. Okay. Now, enlisting beautiful things, although I have segregated into 8, but there are 7 if we can club it together: the sun, the moon, old and young trees, daffodils, clear rills, matlab clear streams, mid forest break, forest having those musk roses. So point number 6 and 7 clubbed together, delicate flowers blooming through the forest, throughout the forest cover is beautiful. And legends of mighty heroes, that's also beautiful because those stories are inspiring, they are motivating. Coming to the next topic, we deal with the literary devices. Let's do it from here. Now, अब आप rhyme scheme देखें. There was a question, I think last to last year. ये राइम स्कीम पे कभी कभी क्वेश्चन आते हैं, तो आप देखें, फॉर एवर एंड नेवर, कीप एंड स्लीप, ब्रीदिंग, रीडिंग. तो द लास्ट वर्ड्स राइम, द लास्ट वर्ड ऑफ द फर्स्ट लाइन राइम्स विद द सेकेंड. सो इसकी राइम स्कीम क्या है? AABBCC, फॉर एवर, नेवर, कीप, sleep, breathing, reading. So AABBCC is the rhyme scheme. Now, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. That will be a metaphor if asked. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness. Ye hai enjambment. What is an enjambment? Enjambment is when a line from the when a line in the poem runs to the next line. तो it will never, never के बाद sentence खत्म नहीं होता है, वो दूसरे sentence पे जाता है. That's called enjambment. But we'll keep a bower quiet for us. A bower quiet is again a metaphor. Matlab beauty is compared to a shady retreat, a shady place, a shade. That's why it's a metaphor. Full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. Therefore, on every morrow, are we reading? This is an inversion. Are we reading? Meaning the poet had to write we are reading, but he's written are we reading? What's inversion? Jab wo line it does not flow in a proper sequence. The line is inverted. For example, I have locked somebody. I have never locked somebody inside a washroom, or never have I ever locked somebody inside the washroom. So the second example becomes your inversion. So are we reading? Here is an example of inversion. A flowery band to bind us to the earth. Band to bind, the burr sound repeated, again alliteration. uh, of noble natures, noble na, noble na and nature, that's again alliteration, repetition of a sound. नाउ अब ये देखें, एनाफोरा. एनाफोरा कब होता है? जब आपका सेंटेंस एक ही वर्ड स्ट्रक्चर से स्टार्ट होता है. सो ऑफ नोबल नेचर्स, ऑफ द ग्लूमी डेज, ऑफ ऑल द अनहेल्दी एंड ओवर डार्कन्ड वेज. यहाँ पे सेंटेंस स्टार्ट्स विद ऑफ एंड ऑफ. सो देयरफॉर इट बिकम्स anaphora. Made for our searching, yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. Again, this pure line may sir sound repeated. That's how it's alliteration as well. Now, trees old and young, antithesis. Antithesis kab hota hai? Jab two parallel ideas is used with the help of conjunction. Romeo and Juliet. Sun and moon. So here, trees old and young, antithesis. Sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep. Now, simple sheep is a symbol. Simple sheep is a symbol, a biblical symbol.